Welcome to the titration of vinegar. In this lab, we will standardize a sodium hydroxide solution. This means find the molarity of the sodium hydroxide solution. Then find the molarity and percent by mass of a vinegar solution, which is an acetic acid in water solution. I won't show it here, but in some labs you will be asked to make a sodium hydroxide solution from solid sodium hydroxide pellets. Let's start with the standardization of the sodium hydroxide solution. To standardize the sodium hydroxide solution, we will neutralize a solution of the acid potassium hydrogen phthalate, or KHP. This is a solid acid, so we'll make a solution of KHP. Since this is a known mass of KHP, we can convert the moles of KHP in solution by using the molar mass. Then we can use the 1:1 stoichiometric ratio to convert to the moles of sodium hydroxide that neutralized the KHP. Finally, we can find the molarity of the sodium hydroxide solution by dividing the moles of sodium hydroxide by the volume of sodium hydroxide solution used in the titration. Let's see the experiment. Add between 0.600 and 0.800 grams of KHP to a 125 milliliter Erlenmeyer flask. I used 0.682 grams of KHP here. I'll add about 50 milliliters of water and swirl to dissolve the KHP crystals. Add about 2 to 3 drops of the indicator phenolphthalein. The indicator is important as it will be clear in the acidic solution, then change color at a pH consistent with the end point of the experiment, which is slightly basic. Set up a burette with a support stand and add the sodium hydroxide solution. You don't have to fill the burette to 0. Here, the initial sodium hydroxide level is 0.30 milliliters. The technique for titrations is important. I'll use my left hand to open and close the stopcock. I'll use my right hand to hold the flask by the neck and swirl often. When I open the stopcock and add sodium hydroxide solution, you'll notice the slight pink color appearing, indicating the neutralization of the KHP solution when the solutions meet. When I swirl the flask, the color disappears. This means the solution is still acidic and not completely neutralized. Continue to add sodium hydroxide until a slight pink color remains. As I continue to add more sodium hydroxide to neutralize the KHP solution, you'll notice the pink color appears longer. As you approach the end point, you can use quick turns of the stopcock and continue swirling. Eventually, I'll open the stopcock very slowly as to only add sodium hydroxide 1 drop at a time until I reach the end point. Here is the end point. The final burette volume is 16.55 milliliters. From the mass of KHP, we get 0.00334 moles of sodium hydroxide that neutralizes the KHP. We can divide this by the volume of sodium hydroxide solution used. The final burette volume minus the initial burette volume gives 16.25 milliliters, or 0.01625 liters. The standardized molarity of the sodium hydroxide solution is 0.206 molar to 3 significant figures. Next, let's find the molarity of vinegar and the mass percent of acetic acid in vinegar. Vinegar is a solution of acetic acid in water. We'll neutralize 5.00 milliliters of vinegar solution with our standardized sodium hydroxide solution. After titration, we'll know the volume of sodium hydroxide solution used. We can convert this into liters, then use the standardized sodium hydroxide molarity to convert to moles of sodium hydroxide required to neutralize acetic acid. Since the stoichiometric ratio is 1:1, we can convert to the moles of acetic acid present in the 5 milliliters of vinegar in the flask. We can find the molarity by dividing the moles of acetic acid in the flask by the volume of vinegar in the flask, 0.0500 liters. I add 5.00 milliliters of vinegar to the flask, along with about 50 milliliters of water and 2 to 3 drops of the phenolphthalein indicator. Notice the initial burette reading is 16.55 milliliters, where we ended the last titration. Again, add sodium hydroxide to the flask while swirling until you reach the end point. The final burette reading is 36.60 milliliters. The total volume of sodium hydroxide solution used is the final burette volume minus the initial burette volume. Here, the volume of sodium hydroxide solution used is 20.05 milliliters. This gives 0.00413 moles of sodium hydroxide required to neutralize the acetic acid. And because of the 1:1 stoichiometric ratio, 0.00413 moles of acetic acid are present in the 5 milliliters of vinegar solution. This gives us a vinegar molarity of 0.826 molar. Finally, let's find the mass percent of acetic acid in this vinegar solution. This is actually quite simpler than you might think. For percent by mass, we want units of grams of acetic acid over grams of vinegar solution. Start with the molarity of acetic acid in vinegar, 0.826 moles per liter. Then convert the moles of acetic acid into grams using the molar mass. This will yield grams of acetic acid in the numerator. Next, convert the liters of solution in the denominator into milliliters. Then use the density of the vinegar solution, about 1.01 grams per milliliter, to convert the denominator into grams of vinegar solution. Notice the units remaining after the others cancel. Grams of acetic acid over grams of vinegar solution. The ratio is 0.0491 grams of acetic acid per gram of vinegar solution. Multiply by 100 to get 4.91% acetic acid by mass. We use commercial vinegar in our lab, which is about 5%. Simple white vinegar from any grocery store will do. We can calculate the percent error. Here, our error, to correct significant figures, is only 2%. Not bad.